Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's reading is going to be their confession. So we're going to have a look at their energy and your energy and what's going on between you, hopefully, and what they would like to confess. And I'm going to carry on this reading. So if it resonates with you or it feels right in any way, I'm going to carry on this reading on Patreon because I've just set it up. So if you want to join me there, then please do. Okay. I think that's it. I'm still out of my normal environment, so it does honestly feel like a strange, as I said in the last one, a strange podcast because I can't reach the cards very easily, and I've actually got my microphone strapped to the ceiling. It does honestly feel like singing into a can. Anyway, let's go. You've got number 1, Pantone 108, Pantone 171210, Moonrock, and Pantone 635 for the third one. So if you want to take your choice, and then we'll get going. Okay, pile number 1. I'm just going to start just to tell you what I'm thinking, which is probably why you're actually here in the first place. Sorry if the angle isn't perfect. It's just it's honestly the best I could do up here. This is what I'm thinking. I think your person is coming across as somebody possibly younger than you. I don't know, but there's something about their energy that is very much retracted because they are looking and waiting and trying to understand. There's a lot of trying to, almost like soul searching, but it's got a piercing feel to it. Somebody who's looking outwards in a very direct way. And I don't know whether you actually catch them looking at you in this way, but there's got something to do with their inner self trying to understand and their outer self trying to perceive in a very direct and straightforward fashion. So I don't know whether you're getting direct questions or just very much an outer persona of somebody who is just getting on with the job, but inside they're still trying to work out what on earth is going on. You're coming across here as the 3 of Swords, which gives me a really strong feeling that there's hurt. You feel hurt by the situation. You feel in pain. And I don't know if it's just the pain of maybe not feeling recognised. I am getting a huge feeling in this pile of a secret affair. And it could be to do because you've got Chiron here, you've got the High Priestess in the middle, and you've got the 11th house here, which to me gives a feeling with Chiron of learning through not actually getting what you want straight away. That Chiron feeling, or having to share what you want in some cases. And I don't know whether it's sharing it with a group or sharing it with another person, or they have to share you with another person. It's just Chiron to me is complicated, but it's through the complications that we actually learn to handle ourselves with I was going to say a dignacious demeanour. I don't know what that is. With dignity is what I'm trying to say. And the 11th house gives that feeling of detachment from the situation, but also a feeling of maybe you have to share this person with a group of people, or vice versa, or you see this person amongst a group of people and they know what's going on. This is somebody, because you've got cards down here which I will get to in a minute. I think somebody who's quite soft inside, doesn't want to hurt anybody, understands what's going on, but almost feels like, it's like a case of what can I do here? What movement can I make type of feeling. And you're coming across as almost possibly, I've had enough of this, it's painful type of feeling. I don't know whether this person that you're talking about is married or whether they have children, because that could very possibly be the case, because there's a Page of Swords and the Queen of Rods here. So male or female, I don't know whether there's somebody else involved in this relationship or whether that's just people around it within a group situation with this 11th house. To me, this feels like something that has started off exciting and started off with both of you thinking that, almost forgetting if there are blockages, what they are, and it's been easy and flowing and open, because these 2 Wands cards here and the 11th house, it feels like the attraction was very obvious, very easy flowing, and then it's almost tipped the balance and you've both had to retract a bit. This person, I think you are actually feeling, I'm going to say more than they are. This person here knows what's going on, is feeling it but trying to understand it, where you've actually tipped the balance with regards to yourself as feeling it in an emotional way. They're still trying to deal with the situation in an intellectual way. It makes me feel of people that get together, know there's attraction, separate, and then your person may be like, oh no, I felt it, but I don't know what they feel and I don't know what's going on and where I can go with it, and you're going back thinking, if I can't get with this person, what's the point? It's quite painful. That type of connection. But I do get a feeling here there's a possibility this connection could almost ease out in a way. And I don't normally read reversals, and this Hangman came upside down, and I delayed, I suppose, with the Hangman, putting it the right way around, because I didn't know whether it was going to feed into this here. And I haven't quite decided yet whether it's shouting at me, because most of the time my cards don't come out reversed anyway, because I make sure they don't. But this card here, I'm wondering whether it fits or not. So I'm just keeping an open mind with the Hangman here. Okay. So to sum up, what I think I'm seeing here is secrets, pain, group situation, astute perceptions from your person who's probably deep down extremely kind-hearted, doesn't want to hurt you but understands what's going on and realizes with that cow there the situation is hard. The Three of Swords is you getting to a point where you don't know whether you want to go forwards or backwards or what at the moment, because you're finding it painful. There may be lots of other people involved, there may be children involved. The High Priestess here just speaks to me of lots going underneath the surface, lots of feelings being possibly left unsaid, lots of looks that are caught in the middle, and the person turns away because they don't want you to read what's in their eyes, and vice versa. And the Temperance card here makes me think that things will smooth out, and I'm not sure whether they're going to get going or whether they're going to stop, but it feels like there will be a less anxiety in the relationship. There's going to be more ease, more flow, more groundedness, but still movement with the Temperance card. I mean, Temperance is Sagittarius, so even though it's smooth, it's still moving. I mean, the sign for Sagittarius is the arrow going forward. It makes you think very much of the Chariot card. You're pulling everything together and moving in one direction. But I'm not sure about this yet, so I'm going to just carry on and look at the bottom. I'm going to carry on and do nothing. I'm going to look at the bottom. Do you know that dignacious word I made up? It does have a very strong feeling in this power. I didn't say that very clearly, but dignity is something I think this person is perceiving in you, because you're coming across down here the Queen of Pentacles, and they're coming across as the Page of Cups. This person's warm-hearted. This person wants to love you. This person wants to come towards you, but you're almost coming off a little bit holding onto your own type of feeling. I don't know whether you are older than them. I do get there is a possibility here, and the Queen of Pentacles here has a real sense of grounded dignity. Somebody who's not going to throw themselves at your person of interest. Somebody who is very much do you know, I'm thinking of getting drunk. I don't know why. I'm thinking the Queen of Pentacles, if he or she were drunk, wouldn't make a fool of themselves. It wouldn't be the type of person who is throwing themselves across the dance floor at a great rate of knots to try and get to this person. This is the type of person who has dignacious energy. And the Fool card and the Judgment card here are big cards, and I've stuck them together because they gave me a feeling of the Fool card is Uranus, the Judgment card is Pluto. You put those two together, that is an understanding of patterns and time and hurt and pain and Chiron and how things roll and how cycles move. That is an understanding of connections that feel strong and possibly a real understanding of where you can go with it. And there's still this feeling of friends here. So I think I get the feeling you may know this person quite well. You may even work alongside each other, or you may know each other from a group. It's like an unspoken connection. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm turning this way around because I can feel the confession bit at the bottom here. It's an unspoken connection where this person wants to keep it alive and wants to keep it, I'm going to say sparky, but wants to keep the conversation going, wants things to keep moving because they enjoy it for the same thing that you did enjoy it until it maybe felt a little bit too much. And they want to keep exchanging ideas, they want to keep giving and taking, they don't want to lose you. So their confession would be to you, I feel our connection, I can feel that it's very strong, and I can feel that at times it can feel uncomfortable because there may be blockages in front of both of us, or one of us at least. My attraction to you was immediate, and you make me feel fresh, you make me feel new, you make me feel like I want to live life again. You don't make me feel tied. You make me feel like there's a tie there that has gone on for, I'm going to say, past lives because of the Judgment here. And I know that sounds over dramatic, but the Fool card here is you don't make me feel tied in this lifetime. You just make me feel connected. The Page of Cups here, I really feel every time I'm with you as if we have a connection that doesn't need to be talked about, doesn't need to be spoken, doesn't need to be out in the open air with the High Priestess here. And I respect your dignity, and that is one of the main things that attracts me to you, because you've got the Knight of Pentacles here looking straight at you, and you're coming across as the Queen of Pentacles down here, male or female. There's some sort of connection there in being able to hold your own in difficult circumstances. And the Page of Swords and the Three of Pentacles, to me in this whole pile, speak of somebody who doesn't want to lose the connection, who wants to give and wants it to be equal exchange and wants you to remain open. Ignatius. Okay, pile number 1. I'm going to finish it there. To me, this feels, I always say that, don't I? I'm going to finish it there until I carry on talking. To me, it feels strength in hardship, strength in the difficulty to get together, but there's a recognition in each other of really a really strong connection and a really sweet connection that is covered with a very business-like exterior on both of your faces. You're paying heavily emotionally, they're just trying to understand, and this person, well, the reason I turn this hangman the other way around, wants things to keep moving. Even if they can't be with you, they want to be next to you. Okay, pile number 1. I'm going to leave that there. I am going to carry it on in Patreon. Is that how you say it? Patreon sounds a bit posh. With their next actions possibly with regards to this and advice. Okay, thank you very much for joining me, pile number 1, and I hope to see you again. Bye. Hi Moon Rock Group. I'm just wondering how many of you actually have strong Uranus or Aquarius who actually chose Moon Rock. Because the fact it's got the word moon in it. Right, okay. Do you know, I'm just thinking then, does not Michael Bolton, Usain Bolt, have strong Uranus in him? Just the fact his name's got Bolt in it, I wonder. I'll have a check. Okay. Their confession, let's go. Okay, pile number 2, Moon Rock. I get, this is what I'm thinking. There is a feeling of stasis in this situation, but to me it feels of a huge physical attraction. And whoever is the most feminine one, which I'm assuming, as the reading is about their confession, and there's a huge, because there's Venus in the first house, makes me think of physical, somebody who's very physically attractive. And at the bottom of the pile, you had the Six of Wands and the Empress. That's an Emperor and Empress together. There you go. Gender fluid Empress. There's a real strong feeling of finding you almost like a physical ideal. And even this Three of Pentacles, which is you up here, there's a group looking at you, or a group situation where all eyes are on you, and this person isn't doing anything about it apart from lying low, thinking, fantasizing and obsessing. And it feels like it's come to the point here and they know that they need to do something about it or get moving. There's confusion, but there's a feeling of, with regards to them, of excitement and wanting to move forward, almost like the Empress, the Fool card, but with more of a, to me, with the Venus and the Jupiter feeling of these, a feeling of, are they actually going to do something about it? This is interesting, really. To me only, probably, but this is interesting because the more I'm feeding myself through the cards, the more I'm feeling that this person is very attracted to you, but is almost reveling in that fantasy island with the devil and the moon here, of just enjoying the attraction, just enjoying daydreaming about it, just enjoying looking at you. It has a very sort of, I'm going to say filthy, subdued. I don't even know what I mean there. I mean, it feels sexual and closed off. And I don't mean filthy as in they are filthy. It's just that feeling of it being closed off and difficult to express what they're feeling sexually. There's just like an admiration. And the Devil card is probably why I said filthy, to be honest. Because it feels like it's intense attraction that they don't know what to do with it. Don't know what to do with it. Okay, I also get the feeling here, and I don't know if it's got to do with the group situation or the Emperor here, that your person or your situation may be difficult to actually express your feelings through some sort of, because you've got the Hierophant card here for the Four of Cups. This person seems lazy with moving forward, and it's more so laziness than blockages in this one. Because you've got the Four of Cups here, you've got the Emperor. I'm getting a slight feeling of arrogance here. Maybe this person is seen as being very attractive and has lots of people after them. And it's almost as if, you know, the Six of Wands here and the Emperor, so they feel like you've matched them with regards to how you look or what they find attractive. It's almost like they have a type and you may be their type. The reason I'm saying lazy is definitely got to do with this Venus-Jupiter feeling here. And what they like, because you've got the Four of Cups here as well. And the Venus-Jupiter, in like negative aspects in your chart, can make you very laid back and eat lots of sweets. But the Four of Cups here makes me think this person isn't doing anything, although they feel it very strongly. They may be, because there's the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords here, they may be quite immature with regards to coming forward. Immature. I could easily say this person may be younger than you, but to me, with the rest of the cards, it feels that they could be the type of person who sits back and likes people to move forward to them, is what I'm feeling here. They enjoy looking, they enjoy watching. I mean, these two cards here, this is them, the Hangman. I can't actually see because of the situation whether you can see that card. Yeah. Okay, so you've got the Hangman here. Just check it again. You can't see it. Upside down, watching and waiting. And it's not like the last card that looks as if it was sort of cutting through situations with their eyes in some way. This is somebody who's laid back. And you have got this card here for being quite relaxed. The Four of Swords, lying low, watching. And the Devil card. Now, the Devil card here, I'm going to say this. Normally, I've hinted at it before because I don't think it's fair. But my sister and myself, sometimes, something that she actually found once, and we always bring it up. It gives a Taurusy feel of somebody who is quite at home with their... I'm thinking... pleasuring themselves. I can't think of any other way to put it. I was trying to think of something really fancy there, but I can't think. It's got that self-indulgent, and I don't mean this in a negative way whatsoever. Self-indulgent does sound like that, but it's not. It's not somebody who enjoys looking at things and taking it home with them, if you know what I mean. Somebody that can replay images in their head and turn it into something quite fantastical and quite sensual in many ways, and that's what they're doing with regards to you. I hope that was I could have said it far easier than that, I'm sure. But now this person's getting to the point where they're wondering whether they need to move forward, because in the middle of this pile here you've got the Two of Wands, and this is a person who is at the beginning of a project. I think you are the project. This person has felt the attraction towards you, and now the Chariot, these two movement cards here, the Chariot and the Six of Swords, is ready to move forward. But there's confusion here, and this person wants to appear as big boss and actually is playing with... there's quite a few things here. I wonder whether they're playing whether you are actually... whether they're able to get to you, because this could very much speak of a group situation where they may not be able to get to you. You could be somebody who's in the centre of attention in some way. And as I said earlier, there's that very sort of physical attractiveness feel about you, but there could be also that feeling of you may be in a work situation or a school situation, or they see you in groups, it's actually difficult to actually contact you or connect with you in some way. Do you know what I'm getting a feeling of with your person here? I know this is their confession, which I will get onto in a minute. Somebody who's quite masculine. And I mean that because somebody mentioned something in the comments yesterday about masculine, as in, I don't mean male or female. I honestly, when I'm thinking masculine and feminine, I think Aries masculine, Taurus feminine, Gemini, and that's a sort of amalgamation of their chart. And that all basically changes as you have transits and things. So I'm thinking somebody who is masculine at this moment in time, somebody who likes to be in control, somebody who may have a position of authority, or maybe just somebody that everybody looks up to and wants to hear what they've got to say, wants to be in their group, that type of feeling, but is used to people coming towards them. And I'm wondering here whether it's even got even more of a block on it, because it could be quite a traditional situation that they're in with regards to either work or with regards to commitments in other areas maybe. But there's confusion here. This person doesn't know what to do. This person is a mixture of assertiveness and receptivity in both ways, and I wonder whether they're very more sort of forward moving in their work or forward moving in their personality, but lazy in relationships. That's the feeling I'm getting. Somebody lying back. This is an image I've got. Somebody lying back, I don't know, I've got an image of the beach, on the floor, looking, lazing and looking at you and thinking, "Phew." That's what I'm getting. But what they're going to do about it, I don't know. But that's not the question in this. Okay, so let's go on to your confession. What they would say to you is, when I first saw you, the attraction towards you was huge. It made me feel as if my life was opening up, but there's confusion there because I'm not so used to moving forward in relationships. Sometimes a lot of times I expect people to come towards me because I don't want to look like I put myself on the line and look out of control. I can almost feel, the attraction is palpable, I was going to say here. And they would probably confess as well, I know that I appear quite cool, I know that I appear quite shut off, and I know that whatever I get back from you is a mirror of this. They would also say as well, with the Hierophant here and the Emperor and the Four of Cups, my worst nightmare is being out of control. My worst nightmare is making a fool of myself, and probably why they're so internal with this devil energy. And I'm confused with where I stand with you. But I haven't felt as attracted to anybody, maybe ever or for a long time. You basically tick every box with the way that you appear. Your looks, your body, the way that you move, the way that you put your clothes together. But I feel as if I want to move forward, but the blockage is my inability to surrender to myself. That's what they would be thinking. Right, pile number 2. I'm going to finish that there. Definitely a pile of very, very strong physical attraction, which has gone internal with regards to your person through lack of control. There's confusion in this relationship. This person feels like they've met somebody that you're not going to meet very often, that type of feeling, but this doesn't feel like it's easy for them to express that. And what's going on between the pair of you, the coolness in conversations, the coolness in how you connect, maybe text, doesn't really reflect what this person's feeling. But this is something that is difficult for them. So I will carry this on in that Patreon, because I don't know how well. I do know a little bit of what I'm doing in Patreon, but I will take a link to the follow-up to this reading. Okay, right, I'm going to leave you there, pile number 2. Thank you very much for spending time with me today, and I hope to see you again. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Let's see what we've got for you. Sorry, I've gone a bit blank because I've just had kids and dog upstairs because my daughter's bought a crocheted dress and apparently it's the most exciting thing ever. Your pile, which I dealt before they all came in, was a feeling of extremely strong physical attraction that you're both running away with, and it almost feels like it's dangerous. To me, the Devil card at the back of the pack, you've got Pluto in the 8th house. What more could you ask for, really? It's intense. It's an intense feeling. You're coming up as the Ace of Wands there, coming up as the Fool there. It's an intense attraction that is sexual and physical, and it might be more than that. It might be with the 8th house there. It could also have different feelings about it. The one that came to mind then, because of all those cards I've just discussed, which I'll give you different scenarios, was a friend in school, and we must have been about 14, 15, and they lived in this like fantastic massive house in the middle of the woods, and mum was beautiful and wore shaggy 70s coats, and dad was really handsome with a massive big hook nose, and mum's sister died. Mum's sister died, and she had an affair with her sister's husband. Because that, to me, with the 8th house, it's not just sexuality, it could almost be like life and death as well. You know, that sort of feeling of things being a little bit more than you bargained for. If you're very plutonic, you're going to love this. If you're not, it's going to feel painful. But at the moment, you're both coming out as what I would say quite optimistic with regards to this energy. Ace of Wands, but that adds to the sexuality, to be honest. You must be feeling a very strong physical attraction to this person. The Fool card here, this person's ready to do anything for you. And this isn't a confession yet. I'm going to weed my way through this bit until I get to the confession at the bottom. This person is ready for an adventure. They're ready to get things moving. And to me, it makes me think of forward movement with very strong attraction. Okay. The following cards, which I've put out here for a sort of timeline story to add to it before I get to the confession at the bottom, speak to me of people that work together and one has turned away or both have turned away. It feels like it's too much, and it feels as if it may even have a slightly... Seven of Swords is a real... I can't think of a word without swearing. It's a hard card, I always think, and that's in the middle, and I always pay more attention to the middle, and this is like the lead up, and this is what's coming. The Seven of Swords is a situation where either one or both of you can't cope with it, because these are extremely strong cards. And with the working together here and turning your back and walking away, it could be a situation where it's too much, and either one of you is pretending that it's not happening, because the energy is intense. And then trying to put a face on because it's followed by this Pentacle card here, which makes me wonder whether you work together or whether you've just spent time together working as part of a group and then removed yourself because of it being difficult. And then the Six of Pentacles here makes me think that it's going to progress into trying to get that back, trying to get back that, I'm going to say, above the counter interaction, where everything is out in the fresh air for everybody to see, and it looks as if nothing's happening. But I don't think that's going to work, because you've got the Three of Swords at the end. Intense feelings of what I would say two very passionate people, because you're coming out with cards that do a lot of action without thinking. Ace of Wands doesn't really care where the thoughts are coming from. The Fool doesn't really care where the thoughts are coming from, even though it's quite a mental card. It's somebody who just wants to get moving. They're both like fresh new beginnings. And the Devil, the 8th house, and Pluto, intensity. Intensity, almost like with disregard to the situation that you're both in. And I don't know with this Seven of Swords here whether it's been acted on. It very possibly could have been. It could even tell a story of somebody, maybe you've worked together, you've separated. Lots of different stories here where you may have worked together and separated and got back together. What I'm thinking here. Let's just say you worked together in a... I'm going to say something that's a bit dodgy then. I have to mind myself. I don't want to upset anybody. Okay, a boss-client relationship, and you've separated, and then it's okay to carry on, and then it's happened, and there's even more complications behind it, maybe other people in a relationship, and then it's almost like, well, where do we go from here? Could even be family involved, because you've got the High Priestess down here for their confession with the 10 of Cups. There's something secretive about this pile, and there's something hugely intense about this pile. And I don't know what the secret is. You will know what the secret is. It's just me. I'm just thinking of group situations, working together, one giving and the other taking, and it being kept quiet. And the intensity almost ready. It's like a volcano. You can't keep this quiet for long. Their confession would be... You've got Fool twice here. And you've got Secrets. Their confession would be... You coming into my life has woken me up. It's made me see things from a different perspective, even though I feel immoral or it feels uncomfortable, that everything's not totally out in the open. And I know that we've walked away and separated maybe multiple of times, but my heart remains open to you. It's just a difficult situation that I find extremely hard to cope with. There are choices involved here, and it needs time to play out and make the correct choice. But to understand that the pull is huge towards you. They will be saying, that, not me. There's no way you can keep this energy under wraps. It just feels to me huge. It just feels as if it's intense, and it just feels as if it's building. And I wonder whether you have pulled each other apart. Not put, well, maybe, but maybe whether you've just had to disconnect to let it simmer. It makes me feel that your person is the one that keeps, because their energy, the Fool is more nervous, and then you've got the Knight of Pentacles with back turned. The Fool is twice. Secrets. Okay. Wow. Okay. Right, pile number 3. I'm going to finish there. I will carry this on in Patreon with advice and then next action, what you're going to get. Basically, I've written down in my book what they're going to do about it. So that's what I hope to do next. I'm going to switch off and hope that everything's recorded, and I'll see you again. Bye.